Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Pearl's Politics. The Israeli-Hamas war. To the world, unpredicted, unprepared, neopolitical, and what can we do? To some, it was unpredicted. But many analysts, many historians, many psychics, many prophets had predicted we would be meeting a war. And it appears, unfortunately for us, that the Biden administration has brought us into World War III. We must talk about this. And with me to talk about it is a team. Bring in the heartbeat of the South and every beat of my heart. Tim Harrington, my son. Hi, Tim.
Hey, Mom, how you doing? I got to step away just a minute.
All righty then. I'll bring in the girl herself. We can't do it without her. CATHY CC CARLSON. Hey, Kathy.
Hey, how you doing? Yes.
How's everything on the Mexican front down there?
It's crazy here too. They're talking about everything from gun control to, the rivers, Rio Grande, and water rights, everything, drilling, all the things that are issues everywhere.
Well, he's the only Ziggy I know in politics. Let's bring him in. Hey, James, how you doing?
Hey, hi, people.
Ziggy One, how's everything on your home front?
Everything's good here. But I just heard some great news on Fox about 2 minutes ago.
You want to go ahead and share it?
Sure. Donald Trump is leading in all the key states. Pennsylvania, North Carolina. He's leading in all key states.
I'm not surprised because I made a post on Truth Social. I think it was last week when the war first started. I said that I'll bet you. I said I've never eaten crow before, but I wonder if there were some Democrats or many Democrats that could tell me how it tastes, because I bet they wish that Donald Trump was president now, right? So we find out, I believe now a lot of the population are eating crow now because we're finding that the Biden administration has, it appears, deliberately led us into World War III.
Mm-hmm.
And who does that benefit? Nobody but him, because if we're at war, we won't have a presidential election.
Yeah.
So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't appreciate that. But this war, I'm prepared for. Tim? We're going to start with the men. Yeah, we rolling with the men on this show. Come on.
I just wanted to throw this breaking news in there because I think it may change the trajectory of stuff. Breaking news. This is from ABC News. A U.S. destroyer shot down multiple missiles launched by I believe it's pronounced Houthi in Yemen. Officials say that the missiles were not aimed at the ship. But let me be the first one to tell you that we are unofficially at war. Anytime that any country intervenes, you have just injected yourself officially in the war.
Absolutely, Tim. It was Hezbollah, and Hezbollah is the country that is just north of Lebanon, and Lebanon doesn't have the military power, but Hezbollah does. Hezbollah actually has stronger and mightier military power than Israel, unless Israel allies help them, you see. And Prime Minister Netanyahu, he knew what he was bringing the United States into, and Biden went right along with it by giving them unlimited, what I call a la carte, uh, rights to defend themselves.
Mhm.
You cannot allow a country to tell a country if you're an ally, or you're supposed to be the leader in power of the world, that they can use a la carte against international wartime rules and regulations. And so that's what's going on. Kathy, come on in here. I can hear you.
Oh, wow. Well, it's so hard. You guys will have to fill me in on what you think on both sides and all that. But I did look.
Here, I can hear you.
Oh,
That's not volume. I got it.
So
it.
you
Go
can
ahead.
hear. You can hear my volume now. Do you want
No,
me to?
it was mine. I turned mine down. That was mine.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I was looking at a UN site, and it all started with a British mandate back in 1917 to 1947 with Palestine. They were among the former Ottoman territories, and they were placed under the UK administration by the League of Nations in 1902. And then all these territories became independent states except for Palestine.
Mhm.
And then from 1922 to 1947, there was a large mandate. It was a large-scale Jewish immigration, mainly from Eastern Europe, actually, that took place. And the Arab demands for independence and resistance to immigration led to a 1937 rebellion. And then it was followed by continued terrorism and violence from both sides. And then I'll make it real quick, and as quick as I can. Then in 1947, the UK turned the Palestine problem over to the UN because they couldn't, deal with it. So now
Right.
you're talking about 1947 to 1977. The UN proposed terminating the mandate and petitioning Palestine into two independent states. So that's where you got it. One was the Palestine Arab and the other was Jewish.
Mhm.
So, and one of the two states proclaimed its independence as Israel in 1948 was involving neighboring Arab states, and it expanded to 77% of Palestine, including the larger part of Jerusalem. So then you're talking 1967, a war brought about a second exodus of Palestinians, and it came to about 500 million people. So that's a lot of people.
Yeah,
So, and then you go up to 1977 to 1990, and in Lebanon, Israel. What did they do? They did something with Lebanon, and despite guarantees to safety for Palestine refugees, a large-scale massacre took place. You can't blame people for getting pissed off about that, right? So in 1987,
Right.
a uprising against the Israeli occupation began in the occupied Palestine territories. So then methods used by the Israeli forces resulted in, again, mass injuries and heavy loss of life for Palestine population. And you keep talking, and you're talking civilians now, not military people. And that's what hurts first, And then the peace process starts again in the 1990s, and it was it convened in Madrid with the aim of achieving peace between Israel and the Arab states, resulted in 1993 in a mutual recognition between the government of Israel and the PLO. The PLO, the representative of the Palestine people. And this led to a partial withdrawal of Israel forces and the partial release of prisoners. So it was somewhat effective. And then you get up to 2000 to the present. The visit by Ariel Sharon to the Temple Mount in Jerusalem in 2000 led to the second Intifada. I don't know what infidada means because I didn't look it
Neither
up.
do I. Yeah, neither do I.
Maybe we can look it up because it's important to know, you know?
I don't know. But yeah, it's a long history. However,
Uh-huh.
what is going on right now is unprecedented because
Mm-hmm.
I have been watching and listening ever since October 7th daily, from channel to channel to channel, hopping channels and watching it for like 8 hours a day,
Mm.
ever since October the 7th. So I'm getting views from this side, I'm getting views from that side. And
Mm-hmm.
right now, it only appears to be two sides. There's not much neutral. The only someone that's neutral, country that's neutral right now is China. And China says that it wants them to do a two-state uh, solution and get aid. President Xi doesn't want to get in it. On the other hand, Russia is backing and supporting the Palestinians.
That's not
And
surprising.
in addition, Iran, Iraq, Turkey, Paris, France, more countries are supporting the Palestinians than there is supporting Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what does that say? To me, it says a lot because the Allies might be a mighty power, but it's those small powers together in unity that can take down an empire. And that's the way it's always been in history.
Uh-huh.
You know, come on, James, add to that.
I know I was watching the news today earlier, and there's like 5,100 people dead already,
Hmm.
and it's only going to grow.
And that's not counting the ones that are under the rubble. They don't know how many people are under
Exactly.
the rubble. I was watching the day as Israel bombed the media building of the Associated Press and the Al Jazeera um, media television station and radio station. The whole building, 4 floor stories, 4-story building.
Well, look what they did
And
to the hospital.
yes, we'll get to the hospital. But my point on this about the media is because Algeria, Algeria, and Associated Press was the most non-biased media reporting stations that was also telling more of, well, not more of, but just as much of the Palestinian side, the Gaza side of the story, interviewing the Gaza people and letting them talk and getting their story and getting their side of the story. It's always two sides of the story. And so I watched the commander, the Israel commander, Commander Lerner, who is in charge of the combat on live TV, say that the media and news stations were telling lies and they need to be stopped. That was this morning around 9 or 10 o'clock. And around 1 or 2 o'clock p.m., Israel gave the Associated Press and the Al Jazeera news media station to 1 hour to clear that building and told them that they were going to target it. So what I'm seeing is planned, intentional harm to humanity. The Associated Press and the media do not have Hamas terrorists in a building. They do. They're just telling the truth about it. So that's why I say, who's lying? Somebody is lying, and
Well,
people. Go ahead.
Politico said that they weren't killing kids, but everybody else says they are.
Uh, who's killing kids? Which
Uh,
side? Both sides.
Pakistanians, I think.
Well, I've heard that both sides, well, kill kids. I mean, I've seen the kids that were in the hospital.
But they denied it.
Yeah, Israel denies it and says that the people hurt themselves. How can anybody hurt themselves in the hospital?
Yeah, right.
I was watching this live when it happened because, see, what I'm saying, my point is Israel has to be hiding something. If you are not hiding anything and you're not lying, why would you be so concerned about what the media is reporting? And why would you want to bomb the building to try to stop them from reporting?
Good point. Yeah, really good point.
Yeah. I mean, just bomb the whole building and give them 1 hour to get out of it. Just after the general, the commander said that morning that the news media in Gaza were telling lies and that they needed to be stopped. And then they do that 5 hours later.
Well, I can tell you that a lot of wars are created because they want the money. They want the money to generate in the countries to bring the economy up. And our economy is suffering so bad that I think that's why they started this.
World War III is not going to help anybody's, no country's economy.
No.
Not down the road. But that's the old way. But they're still using old methods. That's what I'm trying to say.
I understand. Well, I kind of tend to disagree with you right there, Kathy, because this is a religious war.
Yes.
It is not a political war. Political wars kind of use that tactic. But religious wars, they don't. It's not about the money.
See, Biden, it's about the money. On our side, it's about the money.
Biden is not about the money. But Biden is not about the money. You know what he's about? He's about, he won't win the presidency. So he knows that if we are at wartime, we can't have a presidential election. You see what I'm saying? The Constitution will not allow a presidential election in the middle of wartime. But a country is at war.
Right.
That's what that's all about. And that's the reason why he went as far as he did. Matter of fact, he's speaking right now on an address to the nation. That's why we don't have interviews, because people are watching him. I've already heard him. I saw him when he came down the steps, when he arrived in Israel, when he said this little 5-minute speech. And anyway, he's not going to be on the TV that long tonight anyway. And he's not going to answer any questions. So, perhaps
it's not going to help him.
No. And so I don't know what they want to listen to him for. I don't know what they want to listen to him for. He ain't got nothing to say but the same old thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I just thought about what you just said. There's that old saying that, never let the right hand know what your left hand is doing. I said that to say that us, U.S., meaning us, to stick our nose into their affairs just because we are allies, it doesn't make good sense, right?
Well, so the Democrats mastered that plan.
Right. Yeah. So it leads me back to, what are they really hiding? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's chaos, but the agenda, what is the real agenda of it?
Well, the agenda is World War III. That's what it has become clear. And now people, the Democrats want everybody woke, WOKE. Well, everybody is woke now because everybody can see where this is heading. Iran Iran has called for all Arabs to band together.
Yeah,
And
it's
they
definitely
said
World War III.
the Ayatollah, I watched him speak today. The Ayatollah said Israel has ended itself. And I believe that he means it.
Yeah. Yeah,
There
that's a
are
lot going on.
worldwide protests.
Yeah.
If Israel was so correct in writing what they were doing, why and their stance, why is there worldwide protest in every city, every state, and every country against Israel
Japan
right
too.
now?
Yeah, they can't all be wrong. The whole
Right.
world can't be wrong.
Exactly. So what are the, who's lying? What
Mm.
I've been watching, like I say, I can only give my opinion, and this is from my experience for watching almost 2 weeks now. Saturday will be 2 weeks straight since October the 7th. I've been watching it day, midday, and afternoon. I don't even start watching my movies until around 4 o'clock. So
You
I've been
notice nobody's
watching.
really talking about Ukraine anymore.
Oh, yeah, they talking about Ukraine. He's sending $60 million in addition to
No, no, I meant the war.
the war. I know what you mean. Well, they had stopped talking about that really kind of before this happened, you know. But Biden is his answer is sending money, which he knows that the United States does not have. The United States barely made 2 months extension for budget for the United States. Remember that
Yeah,
year?
and it's
Yeah.
coming back up in December, right? So, isn't it?
Yes. So we don't have any money to send anybody. We have, we we don't have any money, and you can't borrow from China anymore because
They already own
presidents.
half of America.
Well, we owe China trillions and trillions and trillions of thousands of dollars,
Yeah.
and Trump could borrow from Xi because he and President Xi got along fine. Biden and President Xi don't get along, so China is not going to loan the United States any money. You
Right.
know, and I'll tell you something else. All of those little minions that's sitting and sucking up under Biden and supporting what he is doing are not going to send their sons and daughters over there to fight. When it comes time to fight, they're not going to send them to a branch of military. They're going to
Right.
try to do everything they can to keep their sons and daughters from being drafted.
Right.
And this is something that is not getting ready to end.
Right.
All
And
I
here's
see is, go ahead, Tim.
no, I
I'm
was just
sorry.
going to chime in on you with China because I just saw something today about China. China
Okay.
builds up, they're building up their nuclear weapons arsenal,
Mm,
and
mm.
it's being built faster than what they expected, what they had projected it to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it just it's just it's ugly all the way around. Like you say, it's gonna be World War III.
It's a war. It's a war that I had the premonition about it. It's just here.
I can agree
Yeah.
because just like I said, they're not going to officially tell us we're at war, but when we fire it and knock down those missiles,
Right.
it's no different than you getting in between two people that are fighting.
Yeah.
You
You
now
intercepted
right,
Hezbollah.
you have
The
interjected
United States intercepted Hezbollah's missile
that did
Well,
from
well, Tim, look,
well, it was from Yemen. The missiles were coming
yeah
from Yemen, which is Yemen is what? Iran.
right.
So
I think
Iran is already put. I already know. Yeah, Yemen is Iran.
okay.
So Iran has already placed themselves in this war, and
Mm,
the missiles that they shot were headed straight to Israel today. But
mm,
and Hezbollah, which is outside of Israel, is not an ally of Israel. They were a neutral country. But and though they were not going to stop it, so the United States intercepted it from the ships
yeah,
to stop it from going through the dome, because whatever missiles these were, These were the kind of missiles that was gonna penetrate the Iron Dome.
Right.
See, the thing about the Palestinians, they don't have sophisticated missiles. Their missiles can only go approximate distance of 280 miles,
Right.
and then the farther they have to go, the less damage they can do, because what they make their missiles are homemade. All of their missiles are made from old water pipes that were there in the West Bank and in Gaza.
Right. Yeah.
But Yemen, Iran, has every type of match and maybe even some more advanced military equipment than even the United States. We
They
don't
probably
know
got
what
some bars.
we don't know what Iran had, because remember, Ayatollah and his crew never would let the United States come in there and inspect.
Well, look at
Remember?
the withdrawal from Afghanistan. All the stuff we left behind.
That's right, and you know Afghanistan is part of ISIS. So ISIS, they try to tell us that ISIS and the jihad and Hamas are three different types of organization. Religiously, they are, okay? But the bottom line is this: they're all Arabs.
Right.
When you come after Arab, you coming after all of them,
Right.
regardless. They're gonna put their religious differences aside, just like we would over here.
Yeah.
You know, when we go to war over here in past wars, World War II, Vietnam, differences was put aside religiously, and the war was fought as a country, for the people of the United States.
Right.
But they are all Arabs. Their culture is Arab. That's that. It doesn't matter what sector they are. You got the Kuni, you got the Suni,
Yeah.
Suis, you got the Kurds. Yeah, but they all are Arabs.
Yeah, they'll
You
join
see?
together. Mm-hmm.
So you got the Palestinians, So they're all Arabs. And even some of the Jewish people are Arab. Now, there was a group of 200 Jewish people right here in the United States that did a sit-down protest in Washington up on the Hill. Guess what the White House did? I know y'all can guess. I know y'all can guess this, right?
Nothing.
They arrested them. All 200 of them. There were Jewish American citizens doing a sit-down protest, asking Israel not to do this demolition of Hamas and this extermination of the Palestinian people in the name of Jews, not in their name. They arrested all 200 of them today. So you see what I'm saying? How one-sided is that?
Mm-hmm.
Do we not have a right to protest?
Not if you ask the Democrats.
Right, Doug. Let's go to a commercial break. We'll come back. We'll touch on a little bit more. If any of y'all can think of anything. But it's just so, people don't have words of it. When I saw that building go down and how fast that building went down today, live. And that's the other thing. How dumb was it for Israel government to bomb a media building when everybody has a camera on their phones?
I know, exactly.
I mean, how dumb can you be? That shows right there. You know what I'm saying? That was just dumb. It made them look more like the tyrant, dictatorship, I don't even have words. Let's go to break. We'll be back, y'all. Don't go away, okay?
So, are you going to Amy's wedding?
I don't have the money.
Yeah, you do. Who are you? I'm you. From the future. And I just got paid.
And I'm Dave. I can get you up to $500 of your future money now.
Up to $500 instantly?
Instantly.
That's amazing. Oh, who's he? Oh, this is Paolo. We met at the reception. Hi. Hola. Hello. That's me.
Download Dave and get up to $500 instantly.
Need to get your windshield fixed? SafeLight makes it easy. You can schedule it in just a few clicks, and we'll come to you with a replacement you can trust. Great. That service on your time. Schedule now.
I am Conor McGregor, multiple weight MMA champion. I'm a fighter and I've been through many battles in the octagon. Many consider my fights in the octagon heroic, but the real life heroes are those men and women who fight to protect us every day. The real life fighters, the real life heroes, are the firefighters and police officers. These first responders are true heroes because these brave men and women put themselves in the line of danger every single day protecting us all. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation ensures that first responders from fire, EMS and police departments who are killed in the line of duty with young children have a home without the burden of a mortgage. They are my heroes. They need our help today. I'd like to ask you to join me in donating $11 a month to support their efforts. Your $11 a month honours and supports our first responders. Please call now at 1-844-BRAVEST or visit tunneltotowers.org.
Welcome to the Shack 12-Week Shred. My name is Rock Shabazz, and I'm here to take you through the same program that I made for this guy right here.
This program is without a doubt a huge reason why I was able to get fit and stay fit. If you put in the work and stay consistent, you just might be able to keep up. It's time for you to get to work.
This is Cassie. She never really paid attention to her credit scores until she got Credit Karma and used her scores to score more, like her first ride. When it was time to upgrade, she shopped around for a lower auto insurance rate to go with it. Even when she decided to blaze a new trail, Credit Karma helped her with an auto loan to get her where she was going. Where is she going? Credit Karma. Download the free money app where your hard work pays off.
Oof, gotta get rid of this.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks.
Have you tried new Downy Rinse and Refresh?
It helps remove odors 3 times better than detergent alone.
It worked, guys.
Yeah.
New Downy Rinse and Refresh.
Introducing ISG One Rewards. 17 hotel brands, 6,000 global destinations. One loyalty program that lets you guess how you guess.
Victor, why are you still living with odors? Get back in there and freshen instantly with new Febreze Air Mist. That's right, Febreze now has a new, finer mist that floats in the air longer and quickly fills the room to fight even your toughest odors. Leftover fried fish funk? Instant freshness. Gaming teen odors? Instant freshness. Spray new Febreze Air Mist to keep your home smelling fresh and clean.
All right, everybody is back and everybody is unmuted, right? Yeah, good.
Yeah.
All right, great. All right then. So James, back
Yes,
to the
ma'am.
hospital. Back to the hospital. Yes, I was watching when all of that happened as well. I've been getting up about 7 o'clock in the morning because around our time it's 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. It's like 11 or noon there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I got up, yesterday morning, this had already happened. And I'm like, man, gosh, this is pitiful. But then when I didn't see that actually happen. I have been seeing the bombs, from a distance. If you go to YouTube, y'all, you can go through all of the different stations live. That's what I do. I just switch from one to the other one. They've got Cruz, CRUZ, is a website that shows you a 4-screen split view of actual live locations. No talking. You can just see what's happening. Today they were showing the part Egypt and the Israel border where they were where they're supposed to open up to let the food trucks in, the food and the humanitarian aid. They blocked that out. They were showing that. They showed Paris, France, where there was, oh God, thousands and thousands and thousands of people protesting for the Palestinians. And they were showing live Iran, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. And then they were showing the city of Gaza. So if you go through there, through the daytime, and you want to just kind of see what's going on up to date, I mean, in the minute, right then and there, YouTube is the best place to go. Because these regular stations like Newsmax, they're mixing it up, talking about the White House business and and very little on the war. Fox News, another one. They're talking about the war, but they're for Israel. ABC News, same thing. NBC News, same thing. CBS, same thing. All Israel. So far, it appears to be only the Quint, what they call the QUINT countries. It's 5 countries that rule the UN, and United States voted down the humanitarian aid coming in. I mean, the ceasefire, voted down the ceasefire. The United Nations has 15 members, and it only takes 9 yes votes they could have stopped the ceasefire based on orders by the UN. However, if one of those 5 states, one of those Quentin member states, say no, and even if you got 9 yes votes, the resolution still will not pass. And that's what happened on the ceasefire on Thursday, when Biden was over there. I mean, Wednesday, when Biden was over there. And this woman that spoke for the United States, I don't know who she is, never saw her for my life. She claims that the United States vetoed the vote because the resolution did not include that Israel had the right to defend themselves. How dumb is that? So the 5 Quint states, the United States, the UK, or Canada, I think, Germany, and one other one. And I don't remember just off the top of my head. Canada, also for Israel. UK for Israel. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to tell you something about the UK. See, the United States think that they got the backing of the UK 100%. I've been watching Great Britain's history. I know all about the involvement in Great Britain's wars down through the history, all the way back to the 12th century, right?
Right.
The UK will change their mind on you in a minute, and they will leave you hanging. And the UK is one of the ones that, if this is something that can't be resolved, uh, rather within a reasonable amount of time with as less humanitarian injury and death as possible, the United Kingdom's going to back out. I already know how they'll do. So, see, that's the reason why I say Biden don't care about the people. He just, since it happened, he saw this as an opportunity to go into war, to put the United States in a wartime mode where the presidential election of 2024 cannot happen. Because he knew that once he gave Israel the power, almighty power to do whatever they wanted to do, he knew Iran was coming in here. He knew all the Arab states countries was gonna band together and try to destroy us. But where is he gonna be? He gonna be down in a bunker somewhere underground.
Right. And if we look at the history of the United States when it comes to our wars, I mean, it took 20 years in Afghanistan. You know what I mean? It took a total of 20 years. If we go all the way back to the Vietnam War, it was supposed to be preventing the communists from taking over. We go to the Iraq War. We come to find out that was about oil and money.
Political wars.
Yeah, and it goes back to what you were saying earlier. They are not fighting a political war; they are fighting a religious war, and it's a difference. And one of the examples that I gave, I believe it was last week, when I said that they had children out there throwing stones at a tank.
Yeah, they were still throwing them. I saw them out there today.
Exactly. Right. So that just shows how what what's political and what's religious.
Exactly. You know,
like the stones are going to do something.
Right, but they believe in their cause that much.
That's all they got. That's all they got.
That's right.
They believe in their cause just that much. That's why
much. And the other thing is they don't even have equipment to pull off the rubble off these people that are alive. People under this rubble are dying because they can't get to them. They're trying their best with their hands, men. They got a lot of men over there. They try all of these men they be pulling, man. They be working fast as they can. But some of the concrete are in such big pieces that they cannot move it to get
and
to
I
the
see on
people.
our local news, a lot of local people in my area are leaving here to go over and help them.
Yeah, people are leaving from different states in the United States
to go help dig
there.
out the people.
Right. Just to go back just a little bit, you know, this is an ugly truth, but it is the truth. They are so much believing their belief to so much that they're willing to explode.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? In order to fight further or fight for their cause. The United States, we don't have our people don't do that. We don't do that. You know what I mean?
No, no. We want stage left the first chance we get.
Absolutely. Yeah, this gonna get ugly, y'all. This gonna get very ugly. And
it's a dream. It's a premonition that I had that I couldn't get rid of. For 2 years, I had it 3 times. I couldn't get rid of it. I kept having the same thing, everything exactly the same, which I told you was scared the devil out of me. You know?
Yeah. And you know the thing about it, everybody has nuclear weapons now. So it only takes one person to crack and push the button, and it's over with.
And you know who will be Slow Joe.
Yes.
Slow Joe be sleeping. He won't wake up in time to push our button, right?
I don't think he's got enough brain cells to do it.
Oh man. Wow.
I mean, I was on a plane today. They were interviewing him. I mean, coming home this morning early. It must have been early in the morning. But they were interviewing him. They showed it later today. On the plane, he's standing in the doorway of the plane. And he says, I expect that the trucks will be able to start moving through. And then he said, what's the date?
Oh Lord.
He looked around asking his fam, what's the day?
Oh Lord.
He's out
And
of
they
touch
had,
with reality.
they had to tell him Thursday. And then he said, well, Friday. Well, Friday. But,
You know,
it was so pitiful. Y'all might see the replay of the bite.
right. It's a
But
guy on
he couldn't
YouTube.
even answer the question.
Yes,
He's supposed to know what day it is. You just went there on a Wednesday. You knew you were there on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
And you coming home.
Yeah.
He said, well,
Yeah, he's a little bit more than late for dinner, I'd say.
Yeah. The lights on, but ain't nobody at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
the
a couple
lights on,
sandwiches short of a picnic.
Yeah. Definitely. And you know, the worse of this guy get, the more they push him out there. You know, this is a time where he should be in his basement. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Yeah, because it just keeps getting worse and worse.
well, the
yeah,
thing about it is,
right. Yeah, it's a guy on YouTube. He puts all the bloops and blunders together, and it's just a crying shame. The representation, the way he represents.
I know he got this one on there because I saw this myself this morning.
Yeah.
And it's not a lie. The man didn't even know what day it was. You know, and that's really bad. So back to your point, James, what you started the show with, and then we're going to get out of here. You said Trump is leading.
Yes.
And not only that, he has gotten a couple of breaks too from Court of Appeals. About 2 or 3 cases, you know.
Oh yeah.
And, yeah. So see, even the judges got sense enough to know that
the witch hunt.
They wish to not witch hunt. They want to free him up to try to see if he could do something to help us.
I don't think they have a choice at this time.
Well,
all the people are leaving.
They might try to get him to do Speaker of the House. See, but I don't think he's going to take it, even if they did offer it to him, because they did offer it to him. He already said he wasn't going to take it. But he was talking. You can go as Truth Social. If y'all haven't joined it, y'all can join it. It's free. And that's where you can see his comments. Of course, he sends me emails. And he was talking about one of the, he's still talking about Letitia James, of course. He say he think the judge is scared of her. Try to tell it like a TIT is, right?
Right.
But yeah, it's a whole lot of Democrats eating crow right now because they know for a fact that had President Trump been up there, we wouldn't be facing this right now.
No.
Because for the first thing, Trump said that he'll go along with Israel as far as Israel having the right to defend themselves. He didn't say nothing.
Right.
He never agreed to be interfering, you know, or all of that kind of stuff like Biden is doing.
Right.
You know,
he's smart.
Yeah, he's smart. And then and so therefore Prime Minister Netanyahu didn't like Trump. You see, because
he changed his mind now.
No. President, Prime Minister, Netanyahu. I could never say man name. Netanyahu, the Israel president. Trump didn't like him. That's what I'm saying. So he couldn't sucker Trump into doing anything for him like he can Biden.
Yeah,
that's my point.
True.
And so they didn't like each other, you know. So Trump had a reign on him, but Prime Minister Netanyahu, he's acting like he's some kind of dictator. He's acting like Hitler to me, you know, because he wants to exterminate a race, a culture. This is what he's doing. Do you know that they bombed also in addition to this? I'm going to say this and I'm going to go. In addition to bombing that building, the media building today, you'll never guess what else they bombed.
Church.
Somebody get, yep, a 2,000-year-old church, Tim. That was a shelter for where some of the people had gone after the hospital thing. They went to the church.
Right.
2,000 years old. The church is oldest since Jesus was crucified.
Crazy.
And they done tore the church down, bombed it out, all the pieces.
And they're also all the people are going under the ground.
They claim that they're in the tunnels. And guess what the commander, Lerner, said they're going to do? He said they're going to gas the tunnels.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And this is American citizens.
Yeah.
Nerve gas. So if you're gonna nerve gas the tunnels, that means you don't care about the American hostages. About your hostages, no, you don't even care about the hostages because that's where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And who's gonna gas? Who's gonna gas specifically? You said
the commander of the Israel war of Israel. The commander, his name is Lerner, Lerner.
Okay, I'll follow that.
Commander Lerner. Yeah, he's the big mouth they always put on the TV to speak. That he's one of the commanders. But he says that that's what they're gonna do next. They're gonna gas the tunnels. Yeah, and that's where the hostages are. You know, the hostages have to be up under the tunnels because they're not in open space where you bomb it.
Right.
And don't forget, there's little kids down there too.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but a lot of these countries, they look at that, you just become casualties of war. It's unfortunate, but that's how.
Well, that's what Prime Minister Netanyahu said. I don't look. No wonder his name can't come out of my mouth correct because he ain't correct, right?
Right.
But that's what he go claim. They're not intentionally. He said they not intentionally targeting civilians. You cannot tell me that you're not intentionally targeting civilians when you bomb a hospital and a church. And then they told a lie. I caught them in this lie when the bombing happened to the hospital, because the first thing that the first response that the Israeli government gave was that it was a misfire. That's all they said, that it was a misfire. And they apologized for the casualties, misdirected. That's what they said. Then after that, that's when they changed it to a misfire by Hamas. Yeah, but it was their misfire. See what I'm saying?
Right.
I caught them in that lie, dead to the right, watching it live when it happened. Yeah, I saw the first response, and the commander came on, Commander Lerner. Yeah, he was the one. He said that unfortunately it was a misfire, and we are sorry that there was casualties. But then, of course, you have casualties of war, and things like this will happen.
Yeah,
took full responsibilities, man. And then within less than 2 hours, they changed it and put it on Hamas misfire.
Yeah.
But the people around the world see the truth. Now, I understand. Don't get me wrong. I understand that Israel is an independent state, that Israel has suffered cruelty, extermination, and humanitarian things that happened to them their whole history. I understand that. They were doing fine until this prime minister got in there. They were just about to get rid of him anyway. And I think that's another reason why he was so quick
go to war.
To respond with military force rather than negotiation when this happened on October the 7th. That keeps him in as president too.
Yeah.
Well,
so you got
don't forget in 2020 the U.S. Mediated agreements to normalize relations between Israel, the UAE, Bahrain, Sudan, and Monaco in the Abraham records, right? And wasn't that was that Trump that did that?
Trump reinforced it.
Right.
But then Biden came in and dismantled it.
Exactly. So
vetoed it out.
There you have it.
See? There you have it. So, like I said, when President Trump was in there, he had a short leash on Prime Minister Netanyahu. He had a short leash on Putin. He had a short leash on Kim Jong-un. And he had a short leash on President Xi.
This is true.
We had no problems. No problems. None at all. We didn't have no problem with the money. Economically, we didn't have. The only problem we had was with China and what he called the China disease, COVID-19.
And Mexico too.
But we had peace.
Yeah.
Tranquility. Now look at us. And mentioning COVID, y'all, they have pushed all of these 1.2 million people, less the ones that have been killed, murdered, and missing and unaccounted for, into a 280-mile radius. No, 240-mile radius. I believe that's what they.
Wow.
No, wait a minute. I got that wrong. Okay. It's 80-mile radius.
80-mile radius.
80-mile radius. Yeah, because they say that you can walk the length of
football
Hamas. You can walk the length of from the beginning of from each border of Hamas, the one between Israel and the border between Israel. Hamas is in the middle. Israel on one side, Egypt on the other side.
Right.
They say you can walk the length of the country in 8 hours.
Yeah.
80 miles. 80 miles. So they have squeezed at least 1 million people into an 80-mile radius by sending them to the south, and then you bomb where they go, where you sent them.
Yeah. It's a hot mess. Hot mess.
It's inhumanitarian. And the UN has condemned, by the way, Israel. And also the Philippines has condemned Israel. And guess who else? Even Spain. And you know those Spaniards don't play.
They don't at all. They wield big swords, man. Big swords.
All right, close the comments, y'all.
Who goes first?
Great show, put in information. Man, hold on. Put your seatbelt on tight, because this is going to be one hell of a ride. But at the end of the day, what shall be, shall be. Que sera, que sera.
Yeah. James.
I hate to be a conspiracy theorist, but I'm still trying to figure out, did you guys watch the murder trials on Lifetime?
I did.
I didn't.
I'm still trying to figure out how that fits into politics.
Oh.
I think it may be a distraction.
Oh. Okay. Nah, I didn't want the murder. Is that the one that the investment swindler? Is that the one you're talking about?
No. Well, yes. He killed his wife and his son.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a documentary on it. I think it's on Netflix.
Lifetime.
Oh yeah, that's a movie. No, that's not in politics, but I understand what you're saying.
It fits in somehow with the politics.
Yeah, he was a politician. I understand what you're saying.
He was a lawyer.
Yeah, yeah. All right, closing comments, Kathy?
Okay, again, we're going to be sending troops over there most likely this weekend. So just let's pray for everyone because, we all have like children, grandchildren, relatives, and, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough after this weekend. I don't know how many they're sending out, but,
I think they
let's
got
pray.
5,000 on hold.
They ran across the, ticker tape on all of the news stations that I watched, the regular news station. They ran across the 2 states that the Pentagon was putting all U.S. citizens on alert.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right.
Right. Did y'all see that?
I did.
Yeah, I did.
Alert for what? What can we do? Y'all done messed it up.
Well, since they opened the border, alert for 9/11 again.
No, it's not. This is going to be worse than 9/11. I saw this premonition. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Stuff going to be falling out. Stuff going to be coming out the sky from everywhere. And there'll be nowhere. It will be just like the Gazians. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Yeah, I saw it in the 80s, actually. I had dreams of that. We were talking about it. So.
Yeah, and it's scary, right, Kathy?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, you wake up and you say, this is a nightmare. I hope this never comes true. That's what you say.
Well, you wake up and you go, what was that? That's what I said.
That's true. First you say that.
Yeah.
Too many movies have been written back in my day about it that I look at now and say, wow.
They knew what they were talking about. Yeah.
War Games. Escape from New York. Were they giving us a heads up? Watch out.
Yeah, they put a lot of messages in the movies.
Yeah. But I knew something was going to happen when they did that nationwide alert phone test.
Yeah.
I really knew then. We talked about that.
Yeah.
On our show, we talked about that.
I don't even think it worked everywhere, so I'm a little concerned.
It didn't. That's why I say
it was a big flop, man.
That's why they was running the ticker tape. That's why they was running the ticker tape, because they knew people were watching TV, So hey, all I can tell you guys is what I always say. Free thought. You still have your free thought, and free thought is supposed to be philosophy, and it's not supposed to be a policy. But apparently, in some countries, such as Israel, you cannot have free thought if you're a Palestinian. You cannot have free thought if you are an Arab. So we're blessed that we do live in the United States, but apparently after yesterday, when the 200 Jewish people got arrested for having a sit-in protest in Israel, apparently they didn't have free thought. They were arrested.
Yeah, free speech, yes.
So what the privileges that people don't have over there across the sea have come over here to where we don't have privileges for free thought. And it's all because of this administration. So I never thought I'd live to see it, but James, I'm watching it in live, living color. So we will be here tomorrow night. And Kathy, you get my message about the guests for next Friday night, right?
No.
We can't have a guest. It's a Halloween show.
Oh, I know that part. We don't have a guest. Okay. I didn't schedule one, so that's good.
No, on the 20th. No, the 27th. You have a guest scheduled for the 27th. That's our Halloween show.
Oh, no. I made a mistake. It was the 20th, not the 27th that I had a guest.
The 20th is tomorrow night.
20. Yeah, we have a guest.
What's tomorrow's show?
That's going to be Paul E. Rubin. Paul, P-A-U-L-L-E. Rubin.
Not to be confused with Pee Wee Herman.
No.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
His name is Paul Rubin, too.
Yeah, it sure is, isn't it?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
All right then.
Unfortunately,
So
he's gone.
I'll have the billboard in the studio schedule then in the morning, y'all.
Okay.
I think I just wore out, and the studio. I'm not. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm awake. Make sure I got the right date in there.
Okay, no worries.
But yeah, we'll get it done. And
family, don't forget to put your water in the moonlight. 31st is coming.
No, we have
No,
to do it
it's
on
the 31st.
Saturday night. Saturday night is the full moon.
Get your water ready.
Tim, you need to bring your bottles over here tomorrow or Saturday, okay?
Yeah.
Does it
Yeah,
count
okay.
if you put it in your window and the moon shines on it? Does it count? Do you have to put it outside?
Well, it's just that it will have thicker things to go through, but yeah. You know, I suppose you get some of it. Some is better than none, you know.
Right.
Yeah. All right then. So we're gonna go tonight then. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And you guys tune in tomorrow night with us. We're gonna have he's a singer, right?
Yeah, songwriter, singer. He's kind of like a little bit of a troubadour there. And
Oh, okay. Songwriter, singer, a special guest tomorrow night. And then we will have fun with you guys tomorrow night. We love y'all. Everybody
right.
say good night.
Good night.
Good night.